In the air to right, and he did it again!
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow.
Welcome back to the Lefties 2 broadcast. Week 122 is here. We're ready to go. We get the Group of Death 1, Group of Death 2, and of course the Scarlet Conference Week 5 results. The games are getting crazy as well as there's a big update. So pay attention, stick around. Let's get into it. All right, first group of the day, Platinum Level 1, Sato, trying to get into the top 200. This is where it starts to get real. Killing Me Smalls had a good week last week if we saw the results, so that's pretty solid. Big Red Machine trying to make the step, charge the mound. Also another team to look out for in this group. Never heard of Ballers League, but we'll see what they're up about. All right, Group of Death 2 right away. Looking tough here. Okay, so we got the 5th and 6th place team, 7th place team. So they're doing a pretty good job so far. I mean, you'd think 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would be there. Masaba got under 150. So there was only 9 teams that last week to get over that 150 mark. But Masaba with the victory here, first or even second place, they're going to get the 6,000 again. So all these teams are at 6,000. Masaba is not, of course, but let's keep it going. We got plot level 2, Bulldogs, Tough and Tender, All-Star, Singular All-Star. Maybe it's the team is the, I don't know. Red Sox and Silverbarrow skin. Silverbarrow's one of their captains, lost his account. So RIP his account. Next, we have the Mandalorians group here, Platinum level 5, Taiwan Representative 2, Slam Jams 2. We'll talk about them in a moment. Blue Jays 2022, and a country for hardworking people to enjoy. So only one of these teams is currently at 6,000. That is the Taiwan team at 4th, of course. Mandalorians, Blue Jays, and a country for hardworking people to enjoy. Right on the outside, the big story in this group is Slam Jams 2. Man, they've been benefiting. One, they've been benefiting from the teams that are above them that were no longer around to leave, right? And the other teams that are still kind of trickling out of Platinum because they have 1 or 2 members still in it, not active still. So, but at that same point, getting about, I don't know, 6 teams that are ahead of them out of there, they're still moving up. I think 33rd is the highest rank they've ever been. So it's going to be a tough group because all of these teams here, you need about a 145 in this group here to definitely get, Blue Jays and a country for hardworking people to enjoy can get 150, but a 140 here would probably get you in second place at least, I think. So Slam Jams 2, underdogs in this group. All right, Cobra Kai, Japan, Samurai, Japan, Buckeyes, Houston Astros, Bronx Bombers, Platinum level 1. All right, another interesting club here, this grouping. Baseball Canada, Mets, 7-Line Army. The favorites in this one, you think. This is a typical group that Mets, 7-Line Army gets back to 6,000. We'll see. Baseball Canada trying to find its groove again. All right, but big opportunity here for Taiwanese Kindergarten at 39. Highest rank, I think, that for them. Same as the Redditors. Redditors are trying to get above the top 50. That'd be the first time, I think, in the top 50 ever. So Big Air, China Lemon, trying to hang on as well. Interesting group as well. Start swinging Guardians, Untouchables, and Samurai Japan. So Samurai Japan just got back in the top 100. Start swinging Untouchables, trying to climb. Guardians trying to hang on. Now, the favorite in this one is, of course, as you can see, Aftermath OG. Why are they the favorite? Well, the last several weeks they've been in the Group of Death too, right? So they're currently at 64, the highest ranking Platinum level 4 team, right there, right, right on the cusp of getting that 5,000 to get back to Platinum level 1. So look out for them. They're probably the favorites here. After that, it's anybody's game, but Aftermath OG is going to win this one for sure. All right. All-Stars, Legends, OMG, Soba, and USA MLB. Soba, again, a team that's been at that 6,000 spot. All-Stars trying to make the jump. Legends, again, they're in that opportunity where they can move up and get to that 6,000. OMG's been at 6,000. USA MLB probably, a team that doesn't score typically over 110. So tough call for those guys. All right, goal level 2, Royals Canada 1, Bleed Blue, the team, all caps, moderated name. All right, goal level 1, the Rejects are going to win this one hands down. Harry Potter had a good week last week as well. 14-1, Antioch Paint. Antioch, I don't know what that says. All right. All right, Group of Death, Padres, Perla Negra, Baseball Bros, Tough and Tender, Taiwan. All right, so we already know, guys, what's going on. Baseball Bros and Baseball Bros is, I think, the last team at 6,000 currently at 13. And Padres trying to get back there, not this week. So we know how the Taiwanese teams are doing it, guys. Later this week, I'll show you guys a how-to video again, why they're scoring so high. Right? There's like a little manipulation. Again, VPNs is a known thing. It does work for the most part. Also, pairing with other, sister clubs that you're with, trying to manipulate the pairing matchup. You cannot pair with someone in your club. If one player is playing with you know, a regular game, trying to pair with a club league game, you can't do it with someone in the club anymore. But there are sister clubs that you can do it with. Again, you got to be around the same trophy count as well. You can't be a 10,000 person pairing probably with someone. It's a little bit different in club league, but a little manipulation. All right, club of the week, Lug Nuts at 324. Jumped in there, tried to find a couple different ones this week to see if there any communication. This one I kind of like the weekly reminder, so you'll see that later this week. Batman, USA Badass, and Dominica 4-team race in this team. It's right on the outside of trying to get the platinum level 5 or gold level 5. All right, let these two starters. Another tough week for them last week, but they got a little bit more reinforcements, but a tough group. Rockets 83, a team that's a perennial team that would always be in the top 100. They're falling right now. The Eagles as well, a team that would, I think this is the right Eagles, ranked second overall at one point. I don't know what happened to them. Big Dingers. Never heard of them, but we'll see. All right. Interesting group this week. Let these two chill. Trying to get back to 6,000. Taiwan Super trying to get to that 6,000 spot. Camo Japan, CPBL, and the righties. So this is a big opportunity for righties. 30th right there. Let these two chill can pull this out with about 130 spot. Some of these 130 is going to win this one easily, I think. Taiwan Super has had some tough times, but this is a group that Let These Two Chill usually gets first or second in. But you never know. Never know. All right, and Let These Two interesting groups here. We have Hanwha at 7, Blue Jays, Taiwan, and Tough and Tender's secondary team. So Let These Two Chill Let These Two had one of the worst weeks they've had in a long time. 146. And again, it we deserve to be called sandbaggers or pussies or cowards or whatever. You guys, it's coming. I knew it would happen. One bad week, we would get that. So you guys are not original, but I knew it was coming. The moment I made that video 3 weeks ago, right? So it's nothing I'm worried about there. But Let These Two should get first or second in this based off of past scores, but we got to play the games. 146 was not a good week for us, so let's see what we can do this week. Okay, these are the groups. Let's go into the Scarlet Conference Week 5 games. We got 3 of them, and first we're going to go into the Discord just for you and never seen it before. Let's go. All right, so week 5. Here we are, week 5. Interesting. We got here. We had. We'll talk about this one in a moment here, but Let These Two, Ejun. That's a little controversy in that game, but it was played before Dayron, Colt, and M Twin. So a lot of top teams going against a lot of not top teams, as they say. We also have a forfeit based off of just whatever you want to call it. Charlie has bounced out of this competition. Lecce gets the victory there. So 3 games here. Gonna be little interesting ones, but we'll get into it right now. All right, so those are the games. Again, guys, this is the Discord overall, so the server is right here. Get in there; it has a lot of different options as well. And again, if this is your first time watching the video, $500 is on the line, right? PayPal balance, 250 for first, second, third, 150, 100. Guys, get into the Discord. The link will be in the description, of course, as well as a couple of the YouTube channels of the players that have posted their games there. So let's get into the first game. First game we have here. First game we have here, Colt from Baseball Bros and Justin from Lefties 2 Chill. Gonna be solid here. Colt is 3-1 so far in the season, coming off his first loss last week. And we do have it from, again, Colt's perspective. And Justin, again, he's done. He's got 2 wins, man. He's got to survive. We have a forfeit, right? Of course. And, once you get into the playoffs, anything is possible. She is summoning the Speed Demon. Guy's had a pretty good season so far, level 14. But going back to Justin, his level 12 Riley has helped him out a little bit, 2-2, and doesn't help him there. Inside peanut butter, outside jelly. Kaya goes deep, son. Okay, well, enough of that. Saying Riley was doing, Justin's been doing great with level 12 Riley, but spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. All right, swinging a little bit there. Yeah, that's one thing Riley does bring to, the table. Level 12 comes a little bit slower, so it's tougher to read, especially if you've been playing level 14s and 13s lately, but Hit Parade keeps it coming right there, upper spot of the strike zone, dead center. All right, level 12 versus level 12. Got a little even Steven here. Nope, that's a gapper. That's a gapper. This game is getting out of control here. We got 2 on, 2 already in. And again, Justin being the home team. And get, that works, man. You got, oh boy. Center cut. Low in the zone. This is out of control. But again, something that Colt needed after getting beat 5-0 last week. He needs a little pick me up, get back in the baseball clashes. And this is where you just kind of just throw down the pipe. 5 runs, you probably got nerfed. Oh my, back to back jacks. 3 home runs in an inning. Riley not having a day. Oh my goodness. It's over before it's over. And this is where, you want to add on because runs are the tiebreaker. So, you kind of feel bad, but you don't. It's competition, right? And Colt has a good eye at the plate, swinging at strikes most part. He's swinging a couple early balls, but, once you're up 6-0, you got Jay up there. Jay comes up with a little bit of different. Look at that timing. Look at that spot. That's a nerf pitch if I haven't seen one. But 6 hits, 6 runs. Jay comes up. Again, coming off a loss where he gave up 5 runs. So he's looking to definitely kind of have a, turn back the clock here. Get back into the right spot. There you go. Can't have a rally. You can't have a 6-run rally without a runners on base. So that is a good start there. Alexander coming up. That would be great. A 6-run rally. Add a little drama to it. Give it to us, right? Give it to us. Yep. And it's going to drop in. Let's go. You got to go. There you go. Here comes the rally. Justin seeing Jay. Durant, level 14. Can we get some action here? That's a strike. Hit the right one. Going right back at it. Oh, 50-50 ball. Nice eye. Is strike swinging. That's a baseball clash pitch right there. How you laid on a breaking ball. Good eye again. Going to that top shelf. 2-2 count. Keep the rally going, people. Going outside. Full count. You can see the nerves here. Where's he going? Doesn't know where to go with it. Connect the dots. I don't know about that, man. I would like to see Justin's point of view on that one. That one's tough. Anyways, one out. Kevin is up. Big Kev. Swinging that ball. That's a 50-50 ball, man. It's tight. 1-0-2 count here. Rally killer. There it is. Tom is going to get the one out. Okay, runners advance. But again, that strikeout right before was tough. It was definitely in the zone, too. Wilson trying to get him swinging on that. Got the fire coming in. Trying to keep the shutout alive. Will he get it? 2-0 count. Swinging it. Oh, let him throw you a strike, dude. You can't hit a 6-run home run. Ooh, 50-50. 3-1 count. Good eye. All right, this one's going to be close. Baseball clashed again. I would love to see Justin's perspective on these breaking balls that are going foul. Got him looking. Game over. Colt wins at 6-0. Good job. Okay, here we go. Again, this is not really fair. This is the Egan Smurf account. He had a little difficulty with his account, his main account, where he got kind of froze out of it, and he has to wait until the special pitcher event is over. But again, he's showed up to play. We waited as long as possible, see if he can fix the resolution, but we chose to play the game instead of take the forfeit. So mad respect to him for that. But we're going to show the game anyways because Luna is crazy, and that should have been a hit. Even though I wonder, like, if hitting actually matters when it comes to the count, right? Does the algorithm actually change when the account changes? I wonder. I really do. All right, but here he goes, top shelf to Annie. Again, Annie, tough out. Strike. Wow, okay. I was on that one too, man. From my perspective, should have swung, but it didn't. And he goes right back there, swinging at a ball. Great pitch, just gets it through. Again, that's timing, and of course the gap with the levels, level 13 versus level 11, and straight strike there, right on it again, up the middle, 2 on, 1 out, taking the base. You know the runners are slow. Got a lower account. Got to take advantage of it when you can. Jackson's been having a tough season. He's got 1 home run, but a lot of these lucky plays here. And speaking of luck, holy moly. All right, Koo's going to try to drive one through. Let's see if we can make up for it. Oh, double steal did not go out. I really wonder what rank Tony is there. I wonder what rank he is. All right, come on, Koo. 2 outs here, man. Only 1 run. You can luck into a homer. You got to get some more runs in. And 3-1 counts. Good eye. Starting to read Luna. That's the problem. Like once I see a few pitches from somebody, it's really helpful. That's why I like Clash League so much, is because you can see pitches and take the balls. People got to start throwing strikes. So can't do that here, man. 1 inning to play, really. Andy swinging at a ball, gonna get it in, and we're gonna take a little advantage here. Going home, and nope. Andy Mankin slides in there, takes advantage of that 236 speed. Really got to figure out a different lineup. I think we're going to move Jackson back, but Rose at the dive, no 93 speed. Should be safe, but called out. Makeup called all over the place here in Baseball Clash. All right, Robinson, level 11. Now, again, his actual Robinson is 14. So again, this is not a fair advantage here, but he should be full health again once the playoffs come. All the players, the account gets better. So again, like I said before, mad respect for playing. Could have taken the forfeit, but you play to play, man. You might get lucky. Leche played me with the lower account as well, and he got the victory. So sometimes it really helps. Little zap there, Dexter. doesn't throw it, but on my side, he does. So that's an interesting but kind of frustrating game nonetheless. And nice eye there. Good eye. Yeah. Oop. That's the old ball game. 2-0. Good job. All right, last game of the day, Ron. It's 2-2 going into this one. It's had a couple tough games to say the least. But Beef Borg, coming off a big win last week under some crazy circumstances, which led to somebody just quitting, right? Just, not that wasn't the reason why the person quit, but nonetheless, Beef Borg needs a dub very quickly because again, now there's really one spot in Scarlet as well as um, Violet where two people have quit and left a void in both of those. So we're playing 7v7 right now, but one spot left. Beborg, with the win here, gets him, potentially closer to, that spot where he doesn't get eliminated, gets into the playoffs. Pops it up here, level 14, Fernandez. And again, Beatboard going into this competition knew he was kind of an underdog, lower accounts, but hey, gotta show up, gotta have fun. It's okay. You never know what happens in this game. Some weird stuff is happening. Baseball clash, friendly matches, a lot of weird stuff, man. A lot of weird stuff, and you never know too what happens. This is a long season because someone has to forfeit down the road, and you get into the playoffs. You never know. God forbid anything stupid happening, but got to show up. You show up. The person doesn't. You get the dub, right? That's how it works. Good eyes here. 3-1 count. You see Dayron here nibbling. It's okay. We get to look at that gold field a little longer here. That's what you get when you're number one in the world rankings. And walks him. Hey, here you go, B4. Good at bat there. Now, again, Fernandez used to be a terrible pitcher. Now he's just a normal, but has a little extra spin to it, right? Doesn't save it, but there is a little extra spin. Ooh, nice little icebreaker there. He was on that pitch, just couldn't get it done. Nice job. As you can see, that circle changeup going sweeping across the strike zone, kind of annoying, but that's one of the typical pitches people do. And 50-50 ball, probably a ball. 2 outs. 2 outs in this one. Strike. That's a pitch, man. That pitch that comes in so sneakily too. Nice job laying off the inside there. Get kind of mad missing his fastballs, but hey, good eye. Good eye. Oh, swing out a strike too. Yeah, that's tough. Fernandez. All right, bottom of the ninth as we go. Beef Borg has to come through. Going with Michelle, as we know, level 13. Drafted her at level 12, but got her to 13. Nice job hitting the strike zone there. Don't do that twice though. You gotta nibble a little bit here. Off speed. Oh, foot in mouth. Just go right at her. 2-0-2 count real quick. But again, best bad ball hitter in the game. Good eye there. Good eye. Now where do you go? Where do you go? He's not thrown a fastball yet. 2-2. Fighting back, fighting the count back. Now he's thinking, uh-oh. He's on the breaking stuff. And he's on the breaking stuff. That's my point. You got to get off the breaking stuff. Not in your favor to keep throwing breaking balls. You look at it, right? Once he swung at the strikes and he laid off 2 in a row, you know he's on it. And he's sticking with it. Where's he going here? Fastball. Okay. This game is over before it's over. Boop. There you go. That's what you got to do. Fastball, then the breaking ball. Okay. But level 14, Andre, coming up, and that's the old ball yard game. Off the wall. B-Borg had an opportunity, didn't come through. A lot of weird games this week in Scarlet. Let's go to the results. All right, so let's go to the results of the week here. Go all the way to week 5. There we go. So again, the big beatdown of the week, 6-0. Colt gets a big win there. M Twins. We'll talk about next week's schedule as well. JD Rush gets the easy victory over Jim, 9 innings. Brian over in Violet. Brian loses to Matthew 1-0. Rosa with that bomb, walk-off bomb. The game of the week right here, in a bad and good way, went 12 innings, seeing Joe Bear get the victory, much-needed victory from Joe as well. Beat Borg and Dayron. We just watched that game, and of course 2-0. So let's go to the standings after week 5. Scarlet, Colt 4-1, Ben 3-2, Dayron 3-2, Egan 3-2, Leche 3-2, M Twins 2-3, Beat Borg 1-4, and Charlie again is probably gone. He's quit. That's what people do, man. They get butthurt and they quit. So it happens. But whatever. Personal reasons. And there we go, Matthew. So this is a little more top heavy over here. Matthew 5-0, 1, and Brian 4-1, Evil Prime 3-2. Guakai has quit as well for some strange reason. Don't know why. He'd be up there as well. But Evil Prime, Joe Bear, Joe Bear, Sean, and Jim B all going for that, trying not to be that one last guy. And there's going to be a big situation here going on the schedule here. We can take a look for week 6 schedule. They're on Leche. Big game here for the standing's sake. Depending on, I'm going to get a win because I have a bye week. So I'm going to get that 4-2 no matter what happens. But you see these guys at 3-4, they're going to be playing each other, but one person's going to be 3-3, the other person's going to be 3-2, Leche and Dayron. So Egan and Colt, that's also a huge game. Hopefully Egan can get his team back, even though Colt is probably the odds-on favorite in that game, as the home team as well. But the game of the week with importance, it might not be the best game of the week, but just importance is M Twins and B4. M Twins wins, he's in the playoffs, solid. B4 can pull off a victory, makes things a little more interesting going into that last week. I would have to look at the schedule, but I'm not sure if did M Twins or B4 have they played Charlie yet? Let's take a quick look in the past. Okay, no. Looking at Charlie. Charlie did play Beefborg already, and so they both played Charlie. So that's really important as it goes into the last 2 weeks of the season. Big time. So Matthew versus Evil Prime. Matthew again, odds-on favorite there. Jim B and Joe Bear. That is going to be the game to watch here, just for a big situation because again, Joe Bear has 7 runs, Jim's 1 run in 5 games. Not out of it yet though. Both have -3 differential, which is the third tiebreaker in this. So again, Jim B needs a big win. Let's say he wins, 4-1, 4-0. That puts him at 5 runs to 7 still, but even the differential would definitely change. But the runs scored, not even a head-to-head matchup, really matters. But he'd have, get the win. That's, obviously that's the first one. Get the win. You're at 2-4. Joe Bear's at 1-5. So there's big opportunities there. Sean versus Brian. Tough luck, Sean. JD Rush gets the bye. So top heavy with Matthew, Brian, and JD all probably getting the wins there, where the big game of the week there, Jim B and Joe Bear. All right, guys, that is it for the weekly wrap up here. Stay tuned for week 6 coming up.